Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from KELLEN, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Kellen here, and I am just wanting to give some game just because I have found it strange. Every city I go, it's the same flow sometimes, especially when it comes to the conversation of government contracting. And had got an opportunity that was going to allow people I know to this opportunity, Kellen here, in case the thing messed up, that was going to allow people to benefit off something that I'm benefiting off of. But the government wanted to know certified companies. And I had sent a list of certified companies, and only to find out they weren't certified with the right city. So I wanted to put a call out there and say, you guys, get certified in your city, in your county, in your state, and even federally. Doesn't matter what business you do, you never know what the government is going to buy. And they buy everything from pencils to pretzels to, PR and consulting. So when we do business, I want to do business with the people I know first, especially those in a new city that the business came on and blessed Diversified Game to give us their story testimonial on, how they started, sustained, and succeeded in business. But the folks that I was recommending, the majority of them, it was like, nah, they're not certified with us. And I'm like, huh? But they say they are. And so I have to then tell the business owner, hey, you might want to go check your certification because they're telling me that they're not certified. You're not certified. And some people, will tell me, well, it's not really that serious. And, they never called me or they didn't call me enough. Some people were like, I got to check into that. But what I find is when you're trying to put people on, I shouldn't have to sell this to you. Those are for the naysayers. I don't know. If somebody tells you something in business to do because they're getting blessed by it, especially when that blessing is financial, and you want to increase your business, you should be running to go get what that person says. You should be following up with that person to see what they know, which you don't know, especially like ourselves, not to boast or brag, but we are new to the area. And there's certain moves that we're making that people haven't made who've lived here their whole life. And it's just because they didn't know. But then when you get in the know and get in the flow, what do you do with it? It's like a ball player giving your shot. Hey, here's the ball. Show me what you can do with it. Or a singer, a musician. Here's the mic. What can you do with it? You say, this opportunity, this isn't big enough. Or I tried it and it didn't work out. Things always change. And your business is always going to suffer if you have a negative mindset. I've had clients that we've fired who've had negative mindset, can't deal with a negative mindset. I need you to know that, the sky is not the limit. Over the sky, once you get to that hump, it's like candy cane and popcorn and, cotton candy and everything that you like, candy apples, all the candy, right? After you do the work. But many people just want to get blessed. That's why we see, on social media, everyone showing their best life. They never showed the last $100 that's in their bank account, right? And so I say all that to say, get certified in your city, county, state, and federally. You don't know when these people will have some money, especially with COVID. A lot of things that wanted to, plans were not done. Governments have money to burn, but are you on their roster? Have you been vetted? And if you don't understand anything about what I'm talking about when I talk about RFPs, RFQs, source of SOTs, and all that, it's okay. That just means you need to come get help. And you need to come hire us so we can get you properly vetted and show you how to do this paperwork. We could do it for you, but I think it's such a blessing to learn a new skill trade and hold your hand and walk you down. But no matter what, if you don't call us or not, you got to get certified because you just don't know. You don't know enough. And if you say, oh, I don't have the time, you're not the type of entrepreneur who's probably even going to grow their business. I had a company from my home city, Oakland. Well, I had to put the hat on. And they, I had an opportunity for them, man. Great food company, too. And they said, well, we don't have time for these type of things. And it was like 30 minutes of their time. It's only two of us. So you're showing me that you're kind of in a defeatist mode. You're showing me that your business structure, if you're that busy, you need to either be hiring, possibly saying, you know what, we're not going to take business because we're overwhelmed, so we can't do it in excellence. But you probably need to be hiring people. You need to be hiring, and instead of saying, oh, it's only two of us, it's two, man. You get a third, we're three is gathered in his name, man, church. So you got to have this thing in you where you want to grow and you know that it's in you. But I'm telling you, I've gotten calls, and I'm not going to act like it's every week, but I've gotten calls, from government. Hey, we're in a jam. We need the wolf, the wolf from Pulp Fiction, and you are the wolf. We heard you can get it done. And I take a look at it and see what they have and see what the offer is. And, okay, we can do that, And sometimes you say no. I mean, sometimes I've said no to government stuff. I'm like, let me see what you got. What are you guys working on? Okay. What is the pay on this? What are you offering? And then I ask folks who are more seasoned than me, great thing about mentorship, and who are in the same area, and find out, I should be getting paid, 3 times the amount of money, if not 10 times the amount. And so I say, no, I can't do it for that price, but I can do it for that price. And a lot of times the governments can find somebody who can do it for the price that they want, because some people either have so much work, they might have more staff than work. That's a whole different problem. Or they might have say, you know what, we don't want to say no because we don't want to say no to the government. We don't care if we're getting railroaded. But there's some things that I just don't want to do. And you might not want to do, right? But you at least have to be in the race to see what place you'll be in and if they're even thinking about you. There's a reason why Steve Harvey and Ryan Seacrest have a lot of jobs. They must be easy to work with because we know they're not cheap. But they must be easy to work with. So when somebody is trying to hire someone and say, look, this is a TV show or here's an opportunity, whatever that is, here's a contract, we want to work with you for a year for $1 million, or 1.2. You at least have to be already vetted. And what I was just explaining to my mentee out of Jamaica, I was telling her, if you're not vetted, if you can't practice on work when someone's giving you money, that's like somebody taking you out to eat, offering, hey, let's go out to eat, go into a fancy restaurant, and then after the meal, they don't pay the bill. And they expect you to pay maybe for even your own meal or theirs. Like, that's what it's like when you are going to accept somebody's money and you can't do the work. That's why I'm very, I know what we can and what we can do before we even accept the money. Before, whether we're taking crypto or, real cash, whatever that is, before we receive payment, I know, okay, we can do the work. It's going to take this, it's going to take that. These are the things that could go wrong because I'm not in the business of making up stuff. I'm not in the business of over promising and under delivering. That's not what I do. I find it, I'm not even in the business if I connect you with somebody of them doing bad business. I got to make that right. That's old school stuff. You got to be game tight to do that. But where I'm from, remember, boom, we don't play that. And maybe where you're from, you don't play that because I know there's certain places where your word still means something. Where everybody's jibber jabbering. Oakland, California is basically where I got that from. But when I went to New York, I saw they were on the same thing. Springfield, Mass, same thing. You could actually tell at that point. At that point in my life, I could tell the liars from those who just did it because it was all in their talk, right? Because you're gonna have liars everywhere you go, but it's what you stand on. But get certified in your city, your county, your state, and federally. Also know that even if you're in a little city, I'm in a little city right now, but I'm next to a big city. I got to get certified in all those. Also with the school district, and you have to find out even what a intercoastal or intercontinental. Every place calls it something different. Where you can take your certification, and we're talking about you're certified for a small business, minority women, whatever it is, veteran owned, and you're taking that certification saying we're vetted, and you can even take it to the school district. And before the school district does any business with you, no matter if you're selling pencils, pretzels, or heck, you could be doing mentoring, they gotta vet you. You have to go through the ringer. So you need that. You need that in your life. You need that for your business, no matter what you're doing. I know people who have janitorial services. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to truck drivers. I'm talking to lawyers. I'm talking to doctors. I'm talking to fellow consultants and PR professionals. When I say PR, that's public relations for those who don't know. You got to get vetted. You got to want to do better. And you can't have this defeatist moment. And I can't see you at the club, at the barbecue, at the picnic, and you say, oh man, I've done everything for my business when I know you haven't. So for more game, because I like to keep these short and sweet. For more game, make sure you go to cprfirm.com, book some time, pick a time and availability and a package that works for you. Even if it's a one-time thing, it's kind of like therapy. Hey, we can, whenever you think you need it, let's get you on board. There's a lot of winners in the game right now. And there's a lot of people who have, real assets and they're looking for retirement and it's looking sweet. But on the other hand, there's people who they really need help and you need to reach out. You need to get that pride out of you. You need to stop acting like you got it together. Look at your bank account, look at your kids, look outside of the closet that you have spent, a lot of money and say, what is retirement going to look like for me? Because for a lot of people, unfortunately, it's not going to be sweet. You cannot rely on Social Security. You cannot. I'm going to say it again. You cannot rely on Social Security. This is a reason why I created to prepare for my first trip to Africa course, which can be found on diversifiedgame.com. All you got to do is go look at my link tree. All those things are there. But I'm showing people how to go to Africa, for the first time. Next couple of courses is how to get out of debt and how to invest in Africa. And these are all things that I'm teaching to mentees and trying to show the world, if you want to expand, this is how you can do it. Not saying my method is the only way, but if you say, you know what, geo arbitrage is for me, I understand that my money, US dollars or Canadian dollars or British pounds, goes a lot further on the continent. Oh yeah, I need some of that in my life. So, get strong, get fit, and we will do this, because I'm too legit to quit. Too legit to quit. Hey! But we try and we have fun doing this because business does not have to be boring. And as I often say, there's a new way of doing things. You can do it the way that, they did it for the last 50 years, or you can come on this other side and take them old ways and put a little remix and twist and use automation and all that good stuff. But this is what we're doing. And, you know, I appreciate y'all for not just liking it, but also sharing the game with somebody, because somebody needs this game. They need to get off of being entertained and entertain their mind with something that they can really benefit off. You know, stop the roadblocks, the Minecraft, and whatever other games people are playing. You know, stop the high value, this and that, you know, and get into finding out what high value in your business really is. Be blessed, y'all.
Hi everyone. Have you ever been curious about visiting Africa? Which African country were you interested in? Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, Ethiopia? Which country are you interested in? My good friend KELLEN COLEMAN came up with a course called My First Trip to Africa that'll guide you through this process. It's only $20, and in this course you'll learn about passports, visas, vaccinations that you need before you go there, as well as a budget, how much the trip is going to cost. He also talks about what you should pack, what you should take with you, how you should travel on a budget. Did you know that $100 is worth 1,000 South African rand and over 10,000 Kenyan shillings? So imagine what you can do with $100 back home. I say back home because I'm from Sudan, I'm African, I already know how it's like. I know that, you know, when you convert Canadian and American money, it goes a long way when you're traveling across Africa. So if you're curious, if Africa is a place that you've always wanted to go, always wanted to move there, KELLEN KASH is the person to ask. Check out the course. There's a little preview you can listen to before you actually purchase it. If you're interested in this course, visit www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.